Hello. Some of us finished lesson 9, scientific notation, at least the parts in the class. Some of the classes didn't get as far. So you can use this as either a catching up, maybe, or a review. Maybe you did it and you want to check it out again, or we didn't get this far and you need some of this information. So I'm going to review real quick. These are the terms that we went over today in class together. If you didn't have a chance to write those down, please write them down. If you have them, maybe check to make sure that they're done correctly. And we're going to go through and just sort of revisit what we talked about, okay? One of the things that we did in class is we took a number, right? This number 234 ones and 567 thousandths of a one, and we wrote it in multiple different ways, okay? And so what we did is we decided we wrote them from multiple perspectives. This one you can see we wrote from the hundreds place. So we said there were 2 hundreds in this number, and then part of 100, which is all of the rest of those digits afterwards. We wrote it as from thousand, right? This was 10 to the third. We wrote it from the tens place that has a 1 on it. We wrote it from the ones place. We wrote it from the thousandths, and this one we didn't actually do in class. This would be if it was from the millionths, okay? This would be like saying 234 and 567 thousandths and adding some more zeros. So let's see, thousand, 10 thousandths, 100 thousandths, millionths, okay? And so if I was looking here, this digit here is in the 10 to the negative sixth. So if I wanted to write it that way, okay, it would almost be like saying, okay, change this, and if I'm going to do that, I can say times 10 to the negative sixth, okay? And you'll notice that matches this one here. We could just fill in our commas, and you can see it's the same number, okay? So then what we decided to do is we said, okay, well, how can I take one of those and say that it's scientific notation, okay? And many of us decided that we thought that this one was scientific notation because we said it must be from the largest place value, and the place value, that one has 1,000 in it, right? But what we decided in class is this one doesn't really count very well because it is the thousand, right? It's thousand, and I don't have any of those. I don't have, there's 0 thousands in it. So what I really should do is I should say it's this one, because the leading digit in this one, right? The leading digit, this 2, is in the hundreds place. And so this is how I can write it in scientific notation, writing it from the largest place value that's there, okay? The first non-zero number, all right, on the left, and what place value that is. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at one of the examples we did, right? So then we started working on some of these exercises, all right? And so what I want you to do right now is I want you to answer the questions on the right side here about whether or not the following numbers are written in scientific notation. So you go ahead, do the exercise number 1, answer the question on the right now. Okay, hopefully you looked at this and you said, oh, yep, you know what? This is in scientific notation, okay? I wrote it's one single digit, then a decimal place, and the rest of these things times 10, right, to a place value, okay? So those follow the rule, so I wrote that number from the largest place value. Okay, you try exercise 2 now. Okay, this one is very similar. This one is no, the leading digit, right? The leading digit here is a 0. Leading digit, okay? Can't be 0. All right, we can't do a 0 when we are talking about scientific notation. All right, you try example 3. Go. Hopefully you looked at this one and you said, up 7, single digits, not 0. I have a decimal place, and then I'm multiplying it by this value here, and I get a power of 10. And so, yes, that one is. Okay, now you try exercise 4. Go. All right, looking at this one, I hope I'm guessing some of you might have said yes. It's a little tricky. See that? It says plus, so no, okay. Let's see, no, it should be, well, not it should be. We'll say no, it's not in scientific notation because it's adding, because it's adding that power of 10. Okay. All right, try exercise 5. Go. All right, looking at this one is also a no, okay, because I'm using a power of 5, all right? We use powers of 10 for place value, okay? Not powers of 5. Go ahead and try exercise 6. All right, hopefully you saw this one and you said, this one looks pretty good. Okay, single digit multiplied by a power of 10, which tells me the place value of that leading digit, right? So it's telling me that 8 is in this place value. All right, let's keep moving along. We're going to skip that. We'll go ahead and get right to, nope, this is what I want. So let's say we are going to talk about the difference between, let's say, two different state populations, okay? We're actually not going to worry about the difference right now, and really all I want you to do is I want you to try to rewrite the population of Texas and the population of North Dakota as in scientific notation, right? Right as a power of 10. So why don't you go ahead and try writing population of Texas now? All right, hopefully when you saw this, you said, okay, the leading digit in this one is a 2, okay? So I have a leading digit of 2, and then I'm going to follow it with a decimal point and the rest of the numbers. I don't need to put all these zeros in there, right? Because 2.6000000, it's the same as just 2 and 6/10 here, 2.6, okay? And now I need to determine what is the place value of that 2, right? Well, that's in 10 millions. And how do I write 10 millions? Well, I write that as 10 to the 7th, all right? And one of the ways you can do this is I like to start here at 1,000. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And there you have it. 2.6 times 10 to the 7th. All right. Now you go ahead and you try the population of North Dakota. All right. Hopefully you looked at this and you said, okay, leading digit non-zero is a 6.9, and then I'm going to say times 10 to the what power times 10 to the 4th, right? And they actually wrote that for us over here. Okay. It's just something to keep in mind. Okay, now here's what I'd like you to try to do. Okay, I want you to try. There's a couple of other, we're not going to worry about that part right now. There's another page, I believe it's page 46 in your book, but there's a chart that looks like this. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to try to write each of these numbers. Okay, I want you to try to write each of these in scientific notation, just like what we did for the population of Texas. Okay, in fact, you already have a couple of them here that to start off with. Okay, bring those to class tomorrow, and we will discuss more.